So the final segment, which I know you also have done some crucial research on it, and which I would like you to share some thoughts. Maybe later we can, at some point, we can take a separate episode on that. One is the health. Because I think that digitalization actually and the technology has really reduced the cost of treatments of many life endangering diseases, but also the way the medical system works worldwide, and also the access to such critical surgeries or operations or counseling with the doctors and different instruments, and that is medical instruments that's made affordable, where really people who are remotely no way that they can reach the so-called modern cities where they're available, but these days it is all possible in a long distance, but also very, very affordable and very let's say also financially not well-off families to be possible. So is there an ethical angle into the whole issue? Is there a conflict between the so-called knowledge generation and also at the same time also the possibility or the affordability that everybody can get it also? How this conflict you are seeing that?
I think first of all I will do it this answer in two parts. I'll show a slide afterward. But basically I would say digital health is a great enabler of betterment of standards of living, of health. In India, I know many cases, in fact, even from some personal experiences that I have made in India, digitalization has helped a lot with telemedicine. So in a small remote area where you do not have access to a qualified doctor, but at least you've got some technicians and you've got a CT scan, or you can do some high-level technological thing without actually having the doctor. So you've got some technician who knows how to operate the device. Then this data is transmitted to a next big center where someone can analyze it and give an urgent feedback. That can be saving lives. So tremendously, it is helping a lot. The ethical issue is, I think, here rather on the positive side, because we can see that it is helping save lives. The problem rather is the non-availability of information. Many people are not aware of it or do not have access to it. So we have to ensure that people know such services do exist. We have to ensure that the technology works, because many times you reach there and they say, today the internet is down, it's not working. So these things have to be taken care of, because someone who has got enough resources can also go to the next place, can hire his own car or ambulance or fly. But for people who are financially challenged, for them, that is actually life-saving mechanism. So I think the problem is rather on the side of ensuring that the access is available, the information is available. And I will share a slide which sums up these points on the ethical issues. This is what I wanted to show a little. And
sure, please.
When I was doing my research on digital transformation, I was working a bit on digital ethics, and I developed a model for this, which I call the R4 model. There are four different aspects that we need to take care of. It is about responsibility, respectfulness, responsiveness, and reliability. And then I'll introduce them a bit in the next minute or so. It involves all stakeholders, first of all. It has users, consumers, it has corporate houses, and it has government agencies, institutions. We need to be responsible in our use of resources. Suppose each one of us goes on purchasing a new mobile phone every 6 months or 1 year. Can we keep it sustainable? That is almost impossible. So every consumer, every user, every corporate house has to think of using natural resources with care and use of possibilities. When we are talking about ethics, we need to see, for instance, we have got access to social media. But what are we doing with it? Are we using it constructively? Are we using it positively? Or are we spreading hatred over it? So the ethical part is now to ensure that the use of resources is done in a judicious manner. The use of possibilities that come up with this are used in a way which is justifiable. So this is one aspect. Then the part that you are talking about, I think, fits well to responsiveness. What are the user needs? How can I best meet the user needs? What are the societal challenges, global sustainable development goals? Or in a given society, in a given community, what sort of challenges exist and how can I use the possibilities of digital solutions to solve it? Then having respect for data privacy and for a healthy competition, because many times what happens is with dynamic pricing, you can go on shifting your price so the consumer actually ends up paying much, much more than would be normally expected. So again, we have to see that the data is safe and we have a healthy competition amongst people and there are no quasi-monopolies or direct monopolies. So that is important. And again, here the question with responsiveness comes also reliability. We need to ensure that this technical performance is actually available across the board. Not that we have got certain blind spots, black spots, where there is no technology, no internet, the performance is bad. In digitalization now, irrespective of India or Germany, sometimes big data can lead to erroneous results. So what to do in that case? I read about, I think it was about Denmark. They had to let go about 34 people who were charged for certain crimes. They found out that the data that they discovered from mobile telephones, it was erroneous. The data showed they were present in a particular place, but they actually were not. So we have to ensure that this technical performance is really good. And second, that there is a reliable legal framework so that companies know what is allowed, what is not allowed, how things can be done in a way which is also legally justifiable. I think if we follow these four criteria, being responsible in use of resources and possibilities, having respect for people's privacy and for working market social economy, we are responsive towards user needs and towards societal challenges, and can ensure high level of technical performance in a legally compatible manner, I think then we are actually on a very, very good way to do things in an ethical way.
Okay. Right. So, yeah, thanks very much for that slide. I think that summarizes the whole discussion, and I think we have covered more or less what we are set to do in this dialogue. Rajnish Bhai, thanks very much, and it was a real pleasure, and I'm pretty sure I think the good start to this dialogue series of NISARG will move on with the next experts coming up in the next rounds, because the idea is basically for the viewers, not only for those who are actually scientists or who are experts, rather than also for common public, for the young generation, also to understand and get interested in one or other scientific topics, or generally inspired to get into research and science and technology, and also philosophical angle of the whole thing. So I think that is what we have to always discuss. When a new invention comes, it should not be just looked at from the technology or scientific point of view, but rather than also what it is doing to the community on either side. I think that's also very crucial. And with this, I would like to thank the viewers for taking their time to watch this episode, and also thanks to the Consul General of India, Mr. Raigar, who has been always very responsive to new ideas, and also the one initially when Rajnish Bhai and Faizan and Mayank Bhai, we all together went to him and we put forward those ideas, and he was very responsive. So I think thanks to every one of them, and we look forward to meet you in the next NISARG episode very soon. Thanks, Rajnish Bhai. Wish you a good day.
Thank you very much from my side too. Yeah.